Hey everybody. Um, so I'm gonna tell more of my story. Like I said, I lived in Las Vegas for 16 years, and like many cities, once you get off the strip, it's kind of a city. The strip's very different. It's a tourist trap. It's very trendy, and it's always very full. I used to have friends that would say, "Hey, what's happening down on the strip?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's go find out." But living elsewhere is nice. It gets hot from about the end of June through about the end of September. It gets very hot, but other than that, the rest of the year is very nice. And then I decided to have my skull surgery. I was very fortunate. I had several things go my way. To be honest, I'm kind of lucky to be alive. You have three veins in the back right-hand side of your skull that control the temperature of your brain. I had all three of them blow out at the same time. And like I said, several things had to go my way that saved my life, and I'm lucky to be alive. During the surgery, I died for 30 minutes, long enough for them to go out and tell my family that I didn't make it. And I came back, and that was challenging. And then it got worse. I was in a coma for about 9.5 weeks, back when David Bowie died. He died while I was in a coma. And when I woke up from the coma, I thought I was a prisoner of war. So I was trying to escape. And I didn't know anything about the surgery. I didn't know anything about being in a coma. I didn't know anything. All I knew was it was time for me to go. And so I attempted to escape. And I unintubated myself because I was on a ventilator. I was on a gavage unit that little thing that goes up through your nose and goes down your stomach, and that's how they fed me. And then I pulled out my needles for my own IV, which was painful and not fun. And I didn't realize, that I'd been through surgery. I didn't realize that I'd been in a coma. All I knew is I woke up and it was time to go. So I attempted to escape, and I attempted to walk. So I swung my feet off the bed and I sat up, and I started to walk. Well, in my mind I started to walk, but in reality I only moved about 6 inches away from the bed. And then I fell flat on my forehead. You can see a little scar on my forehead if we ever meet up face to face. And that's where they stapled me shut. Because once I was on the floor, the nurses came in and put me back in bed and stapled me shut, used a staple to reconnect the tissue, because I was bleeding profusely. And then they cuffed me back into bed, handcuffed me, both my hands and my feet. And I thought that was challenging. They told me they were very sorry about that, and I'm like, no, that was probably the smartest thing you ever did, because I was going to escape no matter what, So that was very hard and very challenging, and I've been through a lot in my life, apparently. So, but it was about to get harder, because relearning how to do everything and how to breathe on my own and how to talk and walk, and that was 5 years ago, and I still can remember relearning how to do all that. It still affects me to this day. So I'm not insensitive. I want to hear anything that anybody's going through, and I want to be there for you. But when I say I understand, I really do understand. I've been through a lot, and I've experienced a lot, and I do understand. So I'm going to wrap this little talk up like I wrap up every week, because like that old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Those doctors and nurses and the medical staff and physical therapists, they all took me right to the water, but I had to decide to drink. I had to decide to do that. I had to decide what I wanted to do. So relearning everything was very challenging and very difficult. But I'll say to you right now the same thing that I'll say to anybody is be a leader, be optimistic, and be positive. Because I could have just been negative and taken whatever life wanted to do. But I didn't. I chose to be positive, and I've been fighting for the last 5 years every literal day. I've had a headache for 5 years. I have a headache right now talking to you. Being dizzy is one of the side effects of the medication that I'm on. And I've been dizzy for 5 years. And it's not fun. It's not easy. But I understand more than people think I do. And anyway, thanks for everything. And thanks for taking your time and listening to me. And I hope you have a great day. And I don't know if I said this or not. If I'm repeating, I apologize. But be a leader, be optimistic, and choose to be positive. Those will get you a lot further in life than anything. Thank you.